Back at it again, I want to tell you to stop rushing. Everybody's in a rush. You want to rush to make money. You want to rush to be married. You want to rush to be successful. Stop rushing. Everybody wants to rush. It's because society is telling you to hurry up. Why are you trying to hurry up? Why are you trying to rush? Why are you trying to do all these things so fast? When you are rushing, you will fail even faster because you're not rushing, because you're rushing to be successful, to do whatever you want to do and to have this money and to stunt and do all of that. But why rush? Why do you want to do all of these things? Why do you want to keep going faster and faster and faster and be in a hurry? The crazy thing is when you're in a hurry, you'll forget about the journey. You won't appreciate the journey, but then you won't appreciate the success that you're going to have when you are rushing. Rushing kills everything that you're trying to do. When you're rushing and worry about society and you're trying to prove everything to society, you're not going to have it. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do whatever you want to do. So you have to stop rushing. I'm going to tell you 3 lies about rushing. I'm going to tell you these are the 3 lies that the biggest 3 lies you hear about rushing. If I don't move fast, I'll miss my window. Your window is your window. Whenever you're supposed to make it, that's when you're supposed to make it. So what window are you missing if it's meant for you to be open for when you're ready? The window will be open when you're prepared. Things happen when you're prepared. Things just don't happen just because you're sitting there and you're in a rush. Just because you're in a rush doesn't mean your window is going to open faster. People think they're missing out on something. Oh, I'm going to miss my window. I'm going to miss my time to be successful. I'm going to miss my time to be married. Why are you in a rush? There's no point of rushing. Your window is your window. It's going to be open when you are prepared and when you are ready. Your window is not based on anybody else's. It's based on you. It's based on when you'll be ready. So instead of rushing to get to your success and rushing to do all these things, you need to be worried about preparing, building yourself up, being ready for the moment. But you can't rush the preparation. You have to enjoy the journey. That's the thing that people don't understand is you have to enjoy the journey. Stop rushing. Stop trying to do all these things that you're like, oh man, I'm not here. But you got to stop thinking that you're going to miss a window. You're not going to miss any type of window. The window is going to be open when you're ready. Lie number 2 that people talk about. Here's lie number 2. Success loves speed. No, success does not love speed. If you look at all the successful people out there, the reason why they're successful is because they've been doing this for years. Warren Buffett, 30 plus years. Amazon, 30 plus years. Things take time. Success loves preparation, not speed. You have to be prepared. You have to go through these phases. You have to go through these things where you are going to enjoy this process, but the success is not based on speed. Have you heard of somebody becoming a millionaire within a day? Have you heard of somebody getting married within a day? No, you can't. You have to take the time and be prepared for these things. But stop putting success with speed. Just because they both start with an S does not mean they go together. But people don't understand this. People want to rush and rush and rush. But the only reason why you're rushing is because you're trying to prove something to somebody who really don't care about you anyway. But your success does not depend on your speed. Your success depends on your grind, your preparation, and your discipline. So don't put success with speed. That's one of the biggest fallacies I hear about success is, oh, you can get to success quickly. When you see people on social media say, oh, all you got to do is do this and within 30 days you'll be a millionaire, run the other way. Don't believe that because nothing happens overnight. It may look like it happened overnight on social media, but really it takes years. Overnight takes years to happen. Put it like that. Overnight success takes years to happen. People don't understand that. Let me tell you one more time. Overnight success takes years to happen. For you to be good at something, it takes time for you to put into so you can be good at it. Just because you do something fast doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Speed kills success. Preparation makes success. Discipline makes success. Patience makes success. But speed and success don't go together. That formula never works. I've never seen anybody become a billionaire overnight. No, it may look like they become a billionaire overnight, but how many years did they spend in the basement working by themselves? How many years did they not go to the club or go out with their friends to get to that billionaire moment? How many years did it take for them to date all these different girls and then finally find the right girl? How many years did it take for her to date these different guys but then finally find the right guy? Success in anything takes time. It does not need speed. Don't be in a rush to reach success because it won't happen. Success with speed never happens. It's not a good formula for you. Lie number 3, we got, I should be further by now. According to whom? Stop preparing yourself to everybody's success. Just because you look at yourself, you don't think where you're supposed to be, it's because you're comparing yourself to somebody who doesn't care about where you're at right now. You care about where they are and you're comparing yourself to them, but you don't know what their journey is. You don't know how long it took them to get there. It's going to take time for you to get to be successful. It's going to take time for you to do what you want to do and be what you want to be. But stop comparing yourself to everybody else. Everybody has a different situation. You don't know everybody's story. Just because they put a little bit on their story on social media does not mean that's their story. That's what they want you to see about them. They want you to see the cars. They want you to see the money, the jewelry, you know, the Louis Vuitton bags, the Gucci bags, the Prada shoes, all that. They want you to see that. But you're thinking that, oh man, I should have been had that. But you don't know how long it took them to get to there. You don't know how many years they had to struggle to reach to that point. And then the thing is about social media, you don't even know if that stuff that they put on there to show you is even real. You don't even know if those bags are real. You don't even know if that car is rented. You don't even know if those chains are just their homeboys or their homegirls and they just using it for the video. You do not know. So stop comparing yourself to every other people and don't put this thought in your mind that I should be further by now. According to whom? Are you putting in the work to do this? People that think like that, it's because they're comparing themselves to everybody else, but they're not putting in the work. The only reason why you're thinking like that is because you're thinking they didn't put in a lot of work, so I didn't put a lot of work, so I should be where they at too. No, put the work in every day. Do the things that people don't want to do. Every day, get up, be disciplined, get up, work out, get your mind right, work on your content, work on your business, you know, go to work on your marriage, work on being a father or a mother, work on all of that. But don't compare yourself to everybody else because all that's going to bring to you is stress and depression. Because you being fooled by seeing where they at, but you don't know if it took them 1,000,000 steps to get there while you on step number 2. So you have to understand, stop comparing yourself to everybody. We all fall into that because we want to be successful. We want to take care of our families. We want to do whatever we want to do. We want to go to islands. We want to travel. We want to do all of that. But stop comparing yourself to that because every time you compare yourself to other people and their success, you're putting yourself a step back. Instead of you going forward, you're going backwards because now your thoughts is thinking about them where you should be worrying about yourself, where you should be, okay, so what do I need to do to get to a point where I want to be? I don't want to get to their point. I want to get to where I want to be. A lot of people say, I want to get to be where this person is at, and you make that your goal. No, you might get to that goal and be like, man, I'm not even happy. This is not where I really want to be. I want to be happier. I want to be this, I be that. Focus on yourself. Don't worry about the world. Don't worry about what people throw at you. Don't worry about people put on their social media. Don't worry about all that. Just be like, what do I want to do? What makes me happy? And that should be your goal. And whenever you reach that when you're supposed to reach that because you're prepared, you're disciplined, and you're patient. Okay? So don't worry about these lies out there. I'm gonna tell you some hard truths. Truth number 1. Your timeline is your timeline. Okay? What do I mean by that? Your timeline of success is your timeline. So your timeline, your success is yours. Your story is yours. So when you get to that point, it's because you were supposed to get to that point because that's your timeline. That's your story. Stop. Your timeline is not Joe over here. Your timeline is not Sarah over here. Your timeline is your timeline. So when you get there, that's because you're supposed to get there. The failures, the trials, the tribulations that you go through, that's part of your timeline. That's part of your story. That's part of your journey. But that's your story, your timeline, your story. That's you, okay? So you have to understand that whatever you're going through, this is part of my journey. This is my timeline. I can't compare nobody else because that's their timeline. This is my timeline. If their timeline took them 20 steps to get successful, that's their timeline. But my timeline took me 50 steps to get successful, then that's my timeline. But in those 50 steps, I learned a bunch for me to get to that point and to reach even more success, even more happiness. But your timeline is your timeline. Don't worry about nobody else's timeline. Every time you look at somebody's Instagram, social media, TikTok, YouTube, you comparing your timeline with their timeline. Get off of that and work on your timeline. What do I need to do to improve my timeline? Do I need to be more disciplined? Do I need to put in more work? Do I need to be dedicated? Do I need to be allocate my time better? There's a bunch of things you can do to make your timeline better because it's your timeline. What you do only affects your timeline. What you do doesn't affect his timeline. What you do doesn't affect her timeline. No, it only affects your timeline. So it can either help your timeline or you can hinder your timeline. But only you can affect your timeline. Okay, so truth number two. Your foundation takes time. Your foundation takes time. If you look at a house, especially the old houses back east, they did a concrete foundation. Concrete is not done overnight. Concrete takes time to cure. So they do a concrete foundation, they lay everything out, they make everything, and they pour the concrete in. But the foundation is not instantly hard. Foundation takes days, months, to finally weeks to cure. So you have to build up that foundation. You have to take time. You have to understand, this is my foundation. Let me work on my foundation before I start building things on top of it. Because if you don't have a good foundation, everything will crumble. If you build a business with a weak foundation, it will fail. If you build a marriage with a weak foundation, it will fail. If you are being a parent and you being a parent, a mother or a father, but if you don't have values and principles as a foundation for your kids, they will fail. So you have to understand, I'm building my foundation. I'm in my foundation phase. So I know it's going to take time. I know I'm going to go through certain issues in my life that I'm going to learn things to build my foundation. Because once you have a good foundation, you can do anything. Once you have a good system, you can do anything. But people, we rush to get to success, but we don't worry about our foundation. So if you don't worry about your foundation, you're not going to reach the level of success. You're not going to reach the level of happiness because of your foundation, it's messed up. You didn't take the time to really build your foundation. Just like when I played basketball, professional basketball, but before that, I built my foundation in basketball for 20 years before I became a pro. 20 years. That's drills. That's playing different games, going through different situations, just doing things in life, different situations in my life that I had to figure out. All those things were foundations for my basketball career. So if I didn't have this thing for these issues, these stories, these trials, these tribulations, these success stories, these failures, if I didn't have that part of my foundation, I would not become a professional basketball player because I built my foundation. It took 20 years to build my foundation. See, your foundation doesn't happen overnight. People want overnight success, so they want build that foundation quick. But there's no such thing. Anything that you do, you got to build a foundation. If you want to have a business, if you want to have a trucking business, you got to have a foundation. If you want to be a great husband or a great wife, you have to have a foundation of your principles and morals. So that takes time. If you want to have, be a great father or mother, you have to have a great foundation. You have to build those principles and values in yourself to where you can give that to your kids or give that to your spouse or give that to your business partners or your employees. Your foundation matters. So that's the most important thing for you is your foundation. So if that's the most important thing for you, do you think you should build that overnight? Nah. I think you should build your foundation. It takes years. Years. So focus on your foundation. Focus on your foundation. This is my foundation. I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna make sure no matter what, I can keep my 2 feet on this foundation and nothing's gonna move. You don't want to create an unstable foundation because when you start building on top of that, it's going to crumble. It's because of your foundation. Let me give you truth number 3. Truth number 3, rushing breeds regret. You're going to rush through life, rushing things, chasing things, and you're going to have a lot of regrets because you're going to be like, man, I created this business, but I was rushing, and then I regret not hiring this person because they would have scaled my business faster. But I was rushing. I just wanted somebody that was ready now, and I was impatient. Oh man, I'm in this marriage. I'm rushing. I wanted to be married so bad, so I got married to anybody. But if I would have took my time, I would have married the right person that was for me. But that person was focusing on himself, but I was being impatient, so I got married to this person, and now we in a terrible marriage. See, oh man, I'm rushing to have kids, but you rushing to have kids, and then you're rushing to have a business, so now you have the kids, but now you have your business as well, and then now you're forgetting about your kids, and your kids growing up crazy and have no discipline, no nothing at home because they don't see you. You matter, okay? But you got to stop rushing through life. Stop rushing through these things. Stop rushing to get to success fast because it doesn't happen. Rushing breeds regret. If you keep on rushing, you're going to regret something in the future. You're going to be like, man, I regret that I didn't do that. I regret that I didn't have the patience to wait for this person. I regret I didn't have the patience to, wait for this business deal to happen. You got to have patience. Patience, patience, patience. We're too busy in a world where we're rushing and we want the quick money, we want the quick this, we want the quick that, but you regret because you're gonna cut corners. Your logic is gone. You're just chasing. Now you're gonna regret. There's a lot of people in prison right now have a lot of regret because they're rushing. Let me tell you right now, there's a lot of people in prison right now have a lot of regret because they're rushing. They wanted to make money. They wanted to floss. They wanted to be the man. They wanted to be the woman. They wanted to have the bags. They wanted to have the jewelry. So they rush to that and they do things that they shouldn't be doing, but they rushing to do that. And now they got caught, but now they're in the cell and they got regrets. They regret that, dang, I wish I wasn't rushing to be like that. I should have just took my time and went to school. I should have took my time and just built that business the right way. Instead of rushing to sell the drugs, you know what I'm saying? To do the scams, to do the fraud. Instead of rushing to do that, to cut corners, now they regret. Now they sitting in a cell regretting. Man, I regret for doing that. A lot of people are in prison right now. It's because they rushing through life. They rushing to get to the bag. They rushing to get the cars, the house, everything. They're rushing. So they're willing to do that, to get to that, any means necessary. So when you're rushing, your decisions go out the window. You don't care. You do not care about anything that you got going on. You just rushing to get to point A to point B. No matter how you get there, it don't matter. But then you get caught. Now you in the cell regretting, looking like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. I definitely shouldn't have done that. So you got to stop rushing through life. You have to stop rushing through these things. You have to stop rushing through everything that you're trying to do. Okay? I'm going to give you some quotes and I'm going to give you some things before I get out of here. But here's a quote. Here's a one quote. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20. You may have started out in this business venture. You may have started out in this marriage. You may have started out being a parent. And you see somebody else that's amazing at it. But you don't know, it took them 20 chapters to get to where they at. And you only on chapter 1. So don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20. You don't know what they went through in them 20 chapters. You don't know how long those 20 chapters are. See, that's the thing. You don't know how long it took them to get to those 20 chapters. You're on chapter 1. Focus on chapter 1. Focus on things that you're doing right now. So be around people that's going through the same thing so you can kind of relate in that regards. But don't compare yourself. Like, man, this dude got $1 million. He got a great business. He got a great family. But you don't know this man been through hell and back for 20 chapters just to have that now. So don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Remember that, okay? I'm gonna give you another quote. Another quote is, nature never rushes, yet everything is accomplished. When you look at nature, you look at everything. You look at the trees, look at the mountains, you look at the grass, look at everything nature brings. Didn't happen overnight. Nature is a great example of how you should live your life. Things take time. The food that you eat, avocados, vegetables, fruit, whatever, takes time to grow. Doesn't happen overnight. So if you have the same philosophy as nature has, knowing that things don't happen overnight, you'll be less stressed out. You'll appreciate your moments. You'll appreciate your happiness. You'll appreciate the journey, because it is a journey. But nature is showing you, just look around nature, it's showing you great things take time. Nothing happens overnight. Okay? Would you eat something? Would you eat a fruit that was grown overnight, or would you eat a fruit that took months to grow? Come on, let's think about it. But nature is going to tell you how you should live your life. You should understand that things take time. The trees that you see take hundreds of years to grow to be where they at. The grass that you see does not grow overnight. Fruit doesn't grow overnight. Nothing in nature grows overnight. The mountains were not created overnight. Nothing was created overnight. So live your life like nature does. Just know that everything takes time, but in that time, everything will be accomplished. So enjoy the journey. Enjoy your journey. Quote number 3, last quote, I love this. This is from Navy SEALs. And we also used to say this when I played basketball as well. You know, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. When you're rushing, you're actually moving slow. Because when you're rushing, you're not taking the time to learn things. So you're rushing. So you think you're getting there faster, but you're really not. You're trying to learn on the go and go. But when you learn everything, you're slow is fast because you're more efficient. You've been through life. You know how to deal with this. You know how to deal with this. So you're just moving through life because you got the experience. Experience is more valuable than just getting there. Because when you get there, what did you learn? Nothing. But when you have the experience, you take your time, it's going to look fast because you're able to knock out every obstacle because of your experience. And then you're able to be smooth with it. You ever see people rushing through life, rushing to get to the bag, rushing to do this and do that? They look edgy. They look on edge. They don't look like they smooth. They don't look fluid. When you look at a great basketball player, or you look at a figure skater, or you look at a track athlete, when they run, it looks effortless. It looks smooth. It looks fast. If they were running all crazy, or if she was ice skating all crazy, or if the basketball player didn't work on his handle, or didn't work on his shot, it looks rigid. It looks slow. It looks bad. But remember this. You got to remember this quote, because it's a Navy SEAL quote, but we used to say it a lot in basketball. We used to say it a lot in basketball because guys would be rushing, trying to get to here, trying to get to the shot. I need to get here, but nah, it looks bad. It doesn't work. You think you're moving fast. Your mind's saying you're moving fast, but outside everybody looking like, why are you moving so slow? Right? So you have to remember this. This is a great saying. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Remember that when you're going through your life, when you're going through everything, and you feel like you need to rush, sit back and just be like, look, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You really use that one. It's Navy SEALs say it, but you know, me, ex-professional basketball player, my coach used to say that to me, to everybody. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Okay? But I just want to say, I just want to challenge you guys. You know, you're watching this video just because you're rushing and you're trying to figure out life. I just want to challenge you. This is the one thing I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to take your time. Take your time. Whatever decision you got coming up, whatever thing you think you want to do, take your time. You know, I do a thing now when it comes to decisions, I take 2 to 3 days to respond to it. I don't respond to decisions fast like I used to. And that I've just started doing that, but it works because you're taking your time. Your brain is going to start working in a different way to where you're taking your time and you give yourself time to think. If somebody's trying to put pressure on you to make a decision right then and there, then that's not a good decision, then it's not in your favor. I've learned that. Take your time. Take your time and really think about it. Really just sit here and just be like, all right, I'm gonna think about this. Because a lot of us, we rush to things and we rush to these decisions and they're bad decisions. But I just want you to, I challenge you after you watch this video just to go through life and just take your time. Don't be in a rush. There's nothing out there in this world that should make you rush. I learned that. I'd rather be slow and smooth so I can be smooth and fast. But if, whatever decision you got to make, whatever thing you're thinking about, take your time. Give yourself 2 or 3 days to think about it. I want to challenge you to do that. If somebody said, well, I need a decision today, just say, you know what, never mind, I don't want to do it. No. Because if somebody can't respect you taking time to think about it, then it's not the right decision for you, and it's never in your favor. They want you to make the decision without you thinking about everything through. But think it through. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. Don't listen to what society says. Don't think you need to rush to do this so you can make money to do this. No. The decisions you make should always be in your favor, but you should always take time in that so you know if it benefits you or not. Sometimes I notice with myself, when I make decisions, when I used to make decisions, I used to think about it. Okay, cool, that sounds cool. I'll make a quick decision. But then I make a decision, and then like a couple days later, I get some regret. Like, man, why I make that decision? Because X, Y, and Z. Because this is not good for my time. I'm not making enough money. Or this is just don't align with me. Why did I make that decision? Initially, when you make decisions, somebody comes with you to an idea, the first thing that happens is excitement. You get excited. Oh man, I like this. I love this idea. Yeah, this sounds great. Yeah, so when you first think about ideas, you first think about doing something, people come to you, whatever, you get excited because they get you excited. You get excited like, yeah. Then you start thinking about the money. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make this much money. I'm gonna make this much money. So you excited. So don't make a decision when you don't make a decision when you're excited. I'm gonna tell you that too. Take your time when you're making your decisions, and don't make a decision when you're excited. Because when you make a decision when you're excited, you don't think about the negatives. You don't think about how it can hurt you. You don't think about what it's taking away from you. So I'm gonna give you 2 challenges. Take your time when you're making your decisions. Take 2 to 3 days. And the second one, I want you to don't make decisions when you're excited. Okay? Make sure you do that. I really want you guys to do that, because then when you start doing that, now you're thinking. Now your brain is working. The emotion is gone. Now let's be logical. How much time does this take away from me? Who's this affecting? Is it affecting my wife? Is it affecting my kids because I'm not going to be there? Am I making enough money that I want to make? Now you're thinking. Now write it down, because now you don't have any emotion. The best thing that I can tell you that I've been really working on is not making decisions out of excitement or being emotional. So I want you to work on that. Definitely work on that. But at the end, at the end of this, I just want you to remember this. Don't rush. Don't let society push you to do something that you don't want to do. Your timeline is your timeline. Your path is your path. Your story is your story. Your journey is your journey. So remember that. When you're going through life, when you're doing these things, remember you're doing it for you. Your happiness. Don't make somebody you see your goal. Oh, I want to be like Jeff Bezos, so that's my goal. No. No, I want to be like LeBron James, so you're making that your goal. No, you should want to be the best that you want to be, and you should want to do things that's going to make you happy. That should be your goal. Okay, yeah, LeBron is worth $1 billion, okay. But I'll be happy if I was worth 100 million. Because your happiness comes first. It's not about the money. It's not about the cars. It's about your happiness. So put your happiness first. Don't rush, and don't make people your goals. Okay? Take your time. I really want you to take your time, because we rush through things, and a lot of people make decisions when they're not taking their time. But remember that. I'm about to get up out of here, about to close the trunk. But just remember, take your time, do what you need to do. Don't make decisions out of emotion, and just keep going. It's okay. It's okay. Society's telling you that you're taking too long, so you're a late bloomer. That's all right. You're still blooming. Every flower blooms at a different time. Remember that. It's okay to be a late bloomer, because you're still blooming. You're just blooming later. But have you ever seen all the flowers bloom at the same time? No. You got this flower blooming, you got this flower blooming, you got this flower blooming. You all bloom at different times. Remember that. It's okay to be a late bloomer according to society. Thank you for continuing to watch these videos. Thank you for just supporting what I'm doing. But I really appreciate that. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and then just really share this video to people that you know that might need it. Follow me on Instagram, follow the media company. But I really appreciate you guys' support. I'm doing this outside the trunk, outside after my workout. And I'm just doing this to help people. And that's what it's about. It's not about the money. It's not about the cars. It's really just about helping people and just putting out that positive energy. So y'all stay blessed, keep doing y'all thing, and I really appreciate y'all. It's okay to bloom late. It's okay to be a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer and I love it. Keep doing your thing. Peace.